Hey everyone and welcome back to VFX5 once again. So in today's video we are going to see the third part of our ongoing series, which is live CG integration. In today's video we are going to cover how we can render passes from Maya, and we will take that render passes inside Nuke and we'll start compositing that shot. So without any delay, let's get started. Okay, as you can see over here, in last time we saw that how we can do lighting, how we can do scene setup, and this was our final output. So in this particular thing, I don't want my background because I'm going to incorporate my render passes in Nuke. So to fix that, what you need to do, just go over here, select camera, and we can go to sequence, image plane, attributes, and here display mode should be none. And if I'm going to do display mode none, what will happen? I will be having only my assets with all texture and all. If you want to see, just check you are getting your alpha correct or not. So in order to get that kind of alpha, you must switch off renderable of our HDRI lighting. So how we can do that? Just select that particular light, scroll down over here, invisibility, you must set your camera to 0. Otherwise what will happen? Your alpha will be pure solid. So after doing all these setting, you need to go over here, which is our display render setting. Already I have added my AOVs. So if you want to know more about AOVs rendering, I have already made one video. You can go and you can check that. Link will be in the description or it will be in card. So apart from these render passes, normal, point position pass, G depth, albedo, crypto, diffuse, direct, indirect, motion vector, shadow matte, and specular I have added. I will be needing few more render passes, like I will be needing a render called AO, which is ambient occlusion. So I'm going to create my new AOV or custom AOV, and over here I can select my shader over here. I'm going to pick, and probably in Arnold I'm going to select AI ambient occlusion. You can check these settings. Probably I can crank up samples to get cleaner ambient occlusion, and probably I'll check few settings like near clip and far clip. Most of the cases it don't require, but if you need, you can go and you can check that thing. One very important pass I'll be needing, which is UV pass. So how we can do that? Just go to add custom and probably I'll type UV, just create it. And same way in our shader, just click over here, and in Arnold check for utility. So you need to select AI utility. Just select over here, shade mode should be flat and color mode should be UV codes. That's it. And after that, I'm going over here. My resolution should be 19201080, which is fine. Pixel aspect ratio is 1. And I'm going over here and probably I'll hit merge AOVs because I need multi-channel DXR, and everything is set. So I'm going over here. Before hitting final render, I'm going to check one more time. It's rendering. If I want, I can check over here. My ambient occlusion is good. My UV pass is looking very nice. My G depth is looking pretty good. And each and every other pass is looking pretty nice. So let's jump to Nuke and let's see how we can start our passes compositing, or how we can start passes rebuilding inside Nuke. Here we are inside Nuke, and as you can see over here, I have my passes, and in over here particular, if I am going to take a layer contact sheet, you will be able to see all my render passes which I have, and not much passes. I have some mask passes, some normal point position if required. I have rendered one pref pass. Basically it's nothing but it's a point position pass. So if you'll be needing, just comment me down. I'll let you know how we can render pref pass. I have few cryptos, I have UV, I have diffuse light, direct light. If you want, you can split your lighting setup into different lights. We have AO, we have shadow matte, we have specular, right? So before starting anything, as you can see over here, I am having burnout. So since I have rendered it in ACES pipeline, so what I need to do, I need to set my Nuke for ACES, right? So I'm going to hit S on keyboard. Just go to colors and in color management, I'm going to use OCO, and in OCO configuration, I am going to take ACES 1.1 because I have rendered it the way. So as I'm going to select it, this is pretty much okay. But what will happen? Your scan will be little different. So I'm going to paste it over here. It will be little dark. So what you need to do, just go over here. Rather than using color space default matte paint, you can go to color space output, and it might possible you can select output to sRGB. So what will happen, automatically your this file will be treated as normal sRGB, and your this file will be treated as ACES, right? So you can do that settings. I have done my researches and all. That's why I came to know. So let's start rebuilding our shader first, right? So I'm going to take a node called shuffle. Obvious, I need to shuffle it out. And in shuffle, before doing anything, I'm going to type probably value in bracket close. And in this particular shuffle, I'm going to start with my albedo pass. You can start with any pass if you want. And after my albedo, I can easily Control C, Control V, and I can select my ambient occlusion pass. And if you can see, I'm not having alpha, but since this is black, if I'm going to multiply my ambient occlusion with my albedo pass basically, so what will happen? Just see. So I'm getting nothing, but I am having this. Now I'm getting some kind of contact occlusion inside my assets. So after that, again, I'm going to take another shuffle, Control V, and in this particular shuffle, I'm going to use my light passes. In this case, I have a direct light passes, right? So you can see this is my direct, and again I'm going to use probably, let me arrange it, and I'm going to take merge. This will be my B and this will be my A, and here I'm going to use plus. Of course, light passes should be on plus mode. After that, I can add my indirect lighting. Again, I'm going to do my shader rebuild. Again, I'm going to take merge node, and again this pass will be on plus blending mode. I am going little bit faster because already I have discussed multiple times how to start your passes compositing. If you are new to this, please go and check my how to set up your first AOV passes inside Nuke. You'll come to know all the processes in very detail. So after that, again what I'm going to do, I am going to take my specular pass. So Control V, and this will be my specular pass. So I'm going to check my specular, something like that, and probably I'll plus it too. So this will be my shader rebuild. And again, after doing all this thing, I'm going to merge this thing with my background, which will be this footage. So if I'm going to do that, let's see, I'm getting these kind of effect because alpha is missing in it. So how we can do that? So probably if you can check over here, I am having this alpha. So you need to take a copy node. Before merging to background, you can add or you can introduce your alpha in your mainstream. So if I'm going to check this, now this is coming pretty nice. But one thing is missing, the shadow is missing because I have rendered my shadow in a different layer. So how we can do that, how we can add our shadow? So keep it in mind, just understand the layering of shadow. It should be on top of my background, but it should be beneath my assets. So how I can do that? Just I'm going to take a shuffle node, probably something like that. And here I'm going to select my shadow matte, which will be something like that. Of course, I need to invert it. So I'm going to take another node called invert, something like that. And again, you can see over here, I'm getting my shadow kind of contact occlusion. So if you need, you can take a grade node and you can grade it as per your requirement. So after that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a merge node over here on my background, and probably I'll do this. I'll multiply it. So as I'm going to multiply it, you can easily see I'm having my shadows on my background. And if I'm going to see from here, you can easily see my shadow has been added. Can you see that? Can you see that? My shadow has been added, but it's not sufficient. I am missing my contact occlusion. So if needed, I can render my contact occlusion, but for this case, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my current occlusion pass to build my contact occlusion. So how I can do that? Again, I'm going to shuffle my occlusion. And in ambient occlusion, of course, I'll be needing something over here because it's black. So I'm going to take a node called constant and I'm going to pick my color, something like that. And probably I'll do RGB A. I'm going to hit merge. This will be B, this will be A. And what will happen? Something weird will happen because I'm not having my alpha. So I need to introduce alpha to it. So I'm going to take a copy node one more time. And this time, rather than using this alpha, I'm having another alpha, which is this. This is mask alpha, right? Here I have mask alpha. So I'm going to use it. So I'm going over here, I'm taking shuffle node, and in that particular shuffle node, I'm going to select my mask alpha, this alpha. So you can easily see I'm having my alpha, right? And I'm going to copy. As I'm going to copy it, what will happen automatically? This thing will come. And now I'll take another merge and I'll connect with it. And same way I can do multiplication. Now I'm having more contact occlusion, as you can see over here, right? And probably you can easily see it's pretty nice. So if I'm going to see through it, I can easily see I'm having my occlusion and contact occlusion or contact shadow as well. But if I'm going to see the color in shadow, it's particularly coming black. So if I need, I can select, probably you can see a reddish color in shadow. So I'm going to take a grade node over here, and in grade node, so let's pick it. Let's not create it. So I'm going over here and probably I'll increase it, and probably I can select left and I can pick it. I'm having same color. I'm having that particular color in my shadows. If you need, you can tweak it little more. So if I'm going to check this again, you can easily see it's matching pretty nice, right? Apart from that, what I need some sort of grunge texture to it. So how I can do that? There are multiple ways to do that. So for this, I'm going to take a node called shuffle again, and let's shuffle our UV pass. And again, I'm going to take a node called ST map. This will be my source, and I'm going to use a node called noise. And here I need to swap it. And here in UV channel, just use RGB. So what you are having? You are having some sort of map, and probably in noise, I'm going to reduce it, something like that. You can do whatever you want. I want only on these assets. So I'll be needing crypto matte because I need selections. So I'm going over here. I'm going to add my crypto matte, and probably I'll pick add, control click. I'm having my selection, and over here I can take a merge node, and probably I am going to arrange it a little, and I'm going to mask it out. So what will happen? I need to connect over here. So I'm having my map in this particular area as well. So if you want, you can do multiple things, right? So to add grunge, what you can do, you can either add overall, you can add it overall over here, or else what you can do this. I'm going over here in my texture or albedo pass. I'm going to take a grade node probably, and in that particular grade, I'm going to use mask by this map. So what will happen? I can do this probably if I'm going to increase the f-stop, and if I'm going to lower down the gain, you can see I'm having dark and some sort of grunge kind of stuff, right? Also, I need to add this thing in my light pass as well. So I'm going to take another grade node, and probably I can select this, and probably I can do this as. So I'm going to take this, and probably I can do this, or it might possible I can do this as well. And this time I can do, or I can add little green to it, not much, little green, something like that. And if I'm going to check my final output, let's see what we are having. So if I'm going to disable these two, can you see that? I'm having little grunge to it. If I want to add over here, I can add this in selection, like something like that. I can go over here, and probably I can add picker, and I can pick this. So what will happen? Automatically grunge will be added on this as well. It's looking nice. So might be I can keep it, something like that. Apart from that, you can start doing your color grading as well. So probably I can do one more thing. So I think green is coming little more. So I'm going over here, and probably over here I can lower down the green as well, something like that. So I don't need that much green, but yeah, little bit of green, I can do that. After that, if you want, you can do few more changes, like you can do some sort of sharpening. So I am going to take a log to lin. So if you are new to this channel, please go and check how to use log to lin. I have already made one video. So I'm going over here and I'm going to use sharpen, and in sharpen, after using sharpen, I am going to copy this, Control C, Control V, and change to log to lin, and take a merge node and merge this log to lin, and probably I'm going to use it in a max mode, right? Max. So what will happen? Your white pixels or your luminance will be pop out, right? So if I think that this is too much of sharpening, this is too much of sharpening. In fact, I don't need to use sharpening over here. Probably I'll use it in CG as well, only in CG. So over here I can use it something like that. And if I think this is too sharpen, so probably I can lower down the mix. Yes, I can lower down the mix, something like that. Little bit of sharpening. I need more time to tweak it. So take your time, tweak it, do color grading, and do all nitty gritties, and you can suddenly see it's coming out pretty nice. So you can think of how to start your live CG integration by tracking that thing, by exporting camera data to Maya, by importing your assets, by texturing it, by lighting it, then again rendering it out, and then after that you can start rebuilding your live CG integration as well. So I hope this video will lead you to understand the basic process of live CG integration. Probably these 3 videos will help you more. And give your time to passes compositing. It is a time taking job. Just do some color correction, just see it's matching or not, black point is matching or not, white pointing matching is not. In 15 to 20 minutes, it's not possible to show all nitty gritties of passes compositing. But here in this video, I have showed you the way you can start your rebuilding shaders and rebuilding your compositing. So hope this video will help you to understand the process. And if you think that this video is helping you, please don't forget to like this video, share this video. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. With this said, this is VFX5 signing off. Have a good day.